Welcome back, my tasty beer nuts, and thanks for joining me. Apologies for not posting on Wednesday. It's been one of those weeks. I had my class, the prud'homme class, on Tuesday, which I spoke about. I'll give you a bit of rundown on that. Then Wednesday, I had a surprise call to go for a sleep test. I wasn't expecting that for a couple months yet, so I was like, yes, please, I will do it now. But that meant that I basically was exhausted for the rest of the week. So I really wasn't in the mood to have a beer. So that being said, I'd say I give you a rundown about the prud'homme. I'll do that, then I'll be reviewing my beer. So if you're not interested in the prud'homme, just forward a bit. So first level 1, the beer enthusiasts. So we kind of go over brewing styles, what's in a beer, what else did we look at? So all the ingredients in beer. Yeah, and then we actually did some tasting, and we did a fun little test with different waters that had either we had sour, bitter, sweet, and salty, and tried to figure out where on the tongue that fit, to kind of develop our sense of what's actually happening in our mouth. So that was kind of interesting. I apparently didn't taste things in the same spot as most people, but that was okay. And then we actually did the beer tasting 101. So what are we actually looking for when we're tasting a beer? So first off, the appearance, the color, the foam, the clarity. So all those are kind of things that you want to look for. The aroma, then you finally taste it. And then you were talking about the impact on the tongue. So the intensity of the bitterness. So I'm just referring to this, sorry. And then the mouthfeel. So that, is it dry? Is it smooth? Does it coat your mouth? Does it stay? Is it a taste that lingers, or is it like there and then gone? Then we did the finish, which actually that's where the beer, like if it stays in your mouth or leaves quickly. How well balanced is it? Is it like hop forward, or do you have that a sweetness more so, and then bitterness as well. So they're talking about short finish is better paired with foods, and then full body is more just enjoyed on its own. So yeah, so that was kind of fun. So we got to try 4 different beers. We tried Beau's Lug Tread. That was our lightest beer. Then we did the Fuller's ESB. It was supposed to be a different one, but the teacher's daughter picked up the wrong one, but it still went well. Then we did Muskoka's Mad Tom. That was our IPA, our really bitter hoppy one. I wasn't a huge fan of that. And then Guinness, which my last recollection of having Guinness, I was in university, and I just remember it being so heavy. So I really haven't had any Guinness since then. But it was interesting to taste it again and see that it was like, okay, I can appreciate this much more. It was like soft in the mouth, very smooth. And that actually comes from the water they use. It's a soft water instead. So it will be smoother in your mouth, versus an IPA will likely have hard water. So that was an interesting fact that I learned during my class. And so a really interesting group. Out of 6, there was only 1 guy. 2 of the girls are either own or work at a brewery. 1 does a cider events and reviews. 1 girl wasn't there that night, so I don't know what she does. And then myself, who sort of partly works in beer festivals, and just for my own interest. So that was kind of the roundabout of who was there. And we got this nice little wheel, so to help us describe flavors a little more in depth. So I'll have to start using that, hopefully. And then kind of the different colors as well, rather than it's straw, it's yellow, it's black. try to expand on our colors and what we're actually saying. So that was pretty cool. So I like this. So part of my homework actually was to try a beer that is not something that I've had before or a style that I usually have. So I went back to my first video. I was recommended to try the Big Rig Release the Hounds Black IPA. So IPAs are not usually my go-to. This is going to be very hop forward, and apparently there's also some mocha notes in there as well. So hopefully the mocha notes will kind of tone it down a bit for me. It is multiple gold award winning beer. 6.2%, so a strong beer. And I think it was 70 something in the IBU, so fairly high, obviously. Big Rig, been around in Ottawa since 2012, won Best New Brewery in 2013. Release the Hounds, we dare you. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say on this. So Release the Hounds. So let's see if I can be a little more precise with my tasting notes than I usually am. All right. Ooh. So I'd say that is a chocolate color. How are we doing here? Yeah, dark chocolate. Cocoa, almost, I could say. With the head being, you know, it came up quite well with almost 2 fingers worth. Fairly small bubbles, but nothing compared to the Guinness that I saw. And their bubbles, what I found was because of nitrogen, they're so packed together. That's why you can actually have it hold up and you can shake your glass and it'll stay there. So yes, that's a dark chocolate to me. It's cloudy, you can't see through that. So that's about it on the appearance. So let's do some sniff test. Sniff test told little short breaths in. There's my molasses again. Toffee. And maybe the whole grain as well. Rather than just saying malty, I can say I can smell the whole grain. So it's a nice nose on it. I quite enjoy that. I don't, it doesn't come across as like slap you in the face yet. So that's good. So let's give this a taste. Quite a bit of bitterness up front. It lingers. But in the middle, there's a sweetness. And that's where that mocha comes into. For an IPA, I'm enjoying this. Not sessionable. I couldn't have more than one. But it is enjoyable for sure. I could see this with like barbecue meats. Yeah. I do get that kind of mocha roasted coffee, I guess you could say, in there as well. So there's it's a different bitterness. You got the bitterness from the hops and then bitterness from like that coffee feeling. So if you like a nice, slightly more bitter beer, you'd enjoy this. Because it does balance out well because of between the bitterness and the malty, like coffee mocha taste that's going on there. Yeah, not bad. What else do I have to say? I hope it's nice where you are. This is finally the first weekend where it's been nice out. I was out earlier. My husband and I cut down some branches that fell down on Monday with that crazy ice. I think it was it Monday? Yeah. So it was really nice to be outside, 14 degrees ish around here. First real weekend of spring, thank God. Um, yeah. Um, Leave me a comment. Which beer would you like me to try? I'm very open to trying different things, and really want to know what you think of different beers out there as well. So please, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe so you know when I actually upload, and hit that little bell for when I upload. Again, I try Sundays and Wednesdays. Um, that's about it for today. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And until the next time, cheers.